effects, and everyone needs to know about this because it affects our whole world, what we actually live in every day, and it might not affect us now, but it's there. And then, so global warming is a serious issue, and everyone needs to be aware of it, and it's important to know how it's caused, what its effects are, and there's a lot of different like controversies behind it, why people believe in it and why people don't. So, first of all, so global warming affects the whole world, like I just mentioned, and we're a part of that world, so we need to be aware of it. So, there's many things that cause global warming, like natural events, and people forget about this because they're like, oh yeah, humans make everything wrong or whatever, because we're all bad. And then there's things like volcanoes, sunspots, which are like huge flares from the sun, which heat up the earth like differently at different periods of times. And it's in the overall long period, but it happens. And also there's like, also for volcanoes, when they erupt, they produce ash and stuff like that, which go into the atmosphere. And what that does is actually kind of, it's like a blanket, which stops the global warming or the heat from the sun from hitting us, which actually cools us. And then the bad side about that is those pollutants are not healthy or anything. They're actually dangerous to us. So people think, oh yeah, it won't happen, but there's also like negatives of it too. And then, but then also humans are a big part of it. And we burn coal, oil, and gases, and put a lot of pollutants into the atmosphere, greenhouse gases, which is a major cause of global warming. And also cutting down forests, burning other materials, agriculture activity, just everyday life that we do is leading up to this huge crisis. So now we know that there's a lot of things that cause the planet to go through this global warming thing. So what does it actually do to us? So the effects of global warming are worldwide, and it's happening now as we speak. So it's causing the world to get warmer, and overall, like say, like today, whatever temperature, say it's like 65. I mean, it's not going to be like 65 to 100. It's going to go 65 to 66. It's not it's not a big deal, but eventually it's going to be like a huge crisis that we're going to have to like either like shut down everything or we could die. I don't know, maybe. And then, so there's a couple of effects that it has in ice, polar caps, and stuff like that. Like ice is melting because due to global warming, the ocean is warming up, which warms up the water also, and it warms up the water around the ices, which is melting, can cause and will cause the sea level to rise, which is dangerous for us, and it'll cause droughts in many places because it'll melt all the fresh ice water we get from like mountains, the Sierras, and everything, which is actually to do with us right here. And if all those melt too fast, we'll run out of our fresh water supply, which can be really like a pain in the ass because we need our water. And the weather is intense. There's more hurricanes, tornadoes, and stuff like that, which normally don't happen around this year. So, there's weather effect is like one major cause or effect of it, which you can see. And animals are affected, like I mentioned, the polar caps, the ice melts, and polar bears live there, and they need to isolate because they can't swim all the way to another land. They only live around there. And then our overall day-to-day life can be put at risk because, as I said, there's a lot of heat strokes and stuff like that, which actually are killing a lot of people if you don't think about it. And then droughts make people move, so you might have to change your whole way of life if this continues. So global warming is doing all of these things, but why don't as many people step up and do something, or why is some people saying it's not happening? So as any topic goes, there's always people that disagree and agree with every single thing, like, this happens or this doesn't happen. So many people think global warming is like a media stunt by the government just to scare people or just to make some money or whatever. They always say that, and they're like I said before, there are natural causes to heating and cooling the earth. So, they have some like place to stand where they say it might not be a real issue because it happens, but I don't personally believe it, but yeah, that's what it is. And I think it's not a real big issue that will affect us. But and then on the other hand, the people say that's an issue and it's dangerous and it's caused by us. So, and there's a in the natural geographic, there's an issue about how there's 280 parts per million of carbon in our atmosphere 100 years ago, and now it's 380 over 100 years. So it increased by 100, and it's never been this high ever in the 4 billion years that it's been. So yeah, something's happening. So as I said, global warming is happening now, and there are many causes to it, many effects of it, and many controversies over it. It is caused by humans and natural occurrences, and leads to warming of the planet and melting of ice caps. It's not seen eye to eye by everyone, but both sides know that there is some sort of change. So that is global warming in short, and it is important for all of us to be clear about what it is, because it does concern all of us and the way we live with it in our lives, especially for us because we have great weather here. We don't want to lose it, because like you can tell by just this year, this June, we had the most rain we ever had in the summer, and just midway up to October, it was pretty hot. So, it's something that's happening for us, and we can see. All right, thank you.